you just wait to see what's on TV, where they're going to send you, and whatever. But is there anything particular you're going to look for Sunday as you get your pairings? And of course, with the automatic bid, knowing you're going to be there, and I know that you're going to get an at-large if you'd lost, but still.
Yeah, I think the big thing is just be prepared for anything, and I think that's what this week is coming up is going to be about. Just be prepared for anything, and that's all you can do. I'm always curious about how they got to where they are. They put you up on the screen and you go, sometimes they get it right, sometimes you think they got it wrong, but when it's all over, you got to go where they tell you to go, and you got to play who they tell you to play.
What do you like most about your team right now as you're heading into the NCAA tournament?
I don't know. I think I like the fact that we can respond sometimes when we really need it. It seems like we're able to stay in the moment. We play off each other. We play together. We have guys that are making plays, and it's not always the same ones all the time. And there's some small plays that you don't even find in the box score. Like Ash tipped that one offensive rebound. Next thing you know, it ended up in Paige's hands, and we got an open three. Little things like that. We trapped Jensen or whoever it was out on the wing, and we end up with a turnover. Just things that maybe don't show up. So somebody is stepping up to do whatever we need.
Does Jen know where you would like her to be right now, or how much further do you feel she has?
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what happens in the tournament because she has gotten better. There is some things that we got to definitely address. She needs to be more physically engaged and on the offensive end. I just think she gets pushed around a little bit, and there's no reason for that. So we have to spend some time with her on that. I also think she's shooting the ball in practice pretty well from that 15-foot, 16-foot area. So I want to try to give her some confidence in doing that because a lot of teams are playing off of her. So I think that's an opportunity that we can address.
Paige finishes her career having never lost a Big East game that she was a part of. Just what does that say about her as a player?
There's been a 4-year stretch of playing that started when she was a freshman, and she kind of made everybody realize this is what I'm capable of doing. And some players just have that ability to do that. There's no, well, you guys must have really worked on a lot of stuff. This is something that she expects from herself. I've never met a kid that loves basketball more than her. I've met some that love it as much and they put in a lot of time and effort, but I've never met a kid that wants to be in the gym more than she does. Even when you tell her not to, even when the people that are in charge of her conditioning and tell her don't, she just finds a way to sneak in all the time. So she gets rewarded for that.
If Jana doesn't rise up to the level you want, are you happy with the small lineup alternative you have?
Yeah. There's nothing we can do about it. I think Ice missing all that time, I think we need her to be a little more consistent now. So hopefully we can do that, because if we can get Jenna, Ice, Sarah, that gives us a lot of different ways that we can mix and match. Some teams you're going to need a bigger lineup, but also against some of those teams, a small lineup is even better. The biggest challenge for us would be, can we defend some of those teams that this year are, very post heavy, and there's a lot of really good ones out there. So there's a lot of challenges going forward. We just got to figure it out.
Off that note, this time of year, how do you push those buttons when you don't want to overwhelm them, because it's, these are the do or die games, but also knowing that, they need to step up a little bit more?
Yeah. I just think to me, the best approach is just be honest with them Say, look, they're not going to guard you right there, so you need to be able to make that shot. You know, that it goes for anybody on our team. All right, we can't put you out there if you're not going to be able to make that shot. And so that's pressure. Well, yeah, because there's pressure in the tournament. And, you know, I learned a long time ago, if somebody's not going to be able to make that shot that we need you to make, then you're playing 5 against 4. So you're at a huge disadvantage. So when we play with a small lineup, we're playing 5-on-5 a lot of times. We're harder to play against. But we should be hard to play against with our big guys in there as well, right? You know, Ice gives us that opportunity. Like the other day, she knocked in the 3, right? If they know she's going to shoot those and there's a chance she's going to make a couple of them, that changes the defense 100%. So can we get more production from our big guys? Yes. Can we get better defense? Like it's gotten better all along. Yes. Yes, we can. We should be as good with our big lineup as we are with our small lineup. But all the analytics, all the metrics, our small lineup is what gives us the biggest differential. But we need to be good with our big lineup too.
Well, it's been a while since she signed her official letter of intent, but just what do you think of Blanca so far and having her next year?
And I don't get to see many of their games, but, you know, I think everybody will be excited to see her because she's a young kid who's played a lot of professional basketball with a lot of older players. So she comes with a lot more experience than the average college kid, than the average freshman in college. So I'm excited. I'm excited for her. You know, I think she's fun to watch. She's got a great personality, and I'm looking forward to, you know, finding out how their season ends.
You sellouts for the tournament for your games, first time, you know, since 01.
Yeah, I think there's been, you know, a little bit of a lull because we got out of the conference and then it was hard. But people here love basketball. It's a great venue. A lot to do when they come here. And we put on a great show and we have, you know, social media has changed everything, you know. These kids are more famous for off the court stuff sometimes than they are what they do on the court. So everybody's anxious to see them. We can't get through, you know, the kids can't get through the lobby every day coming down and going up. We have to do it a way that they don't have to, because it's crazy. It's mania. And it hasn't been like that, you know, ever before that I can remember.
Do you expect Aubrey to be ready for the tournament?
Yeah. 100%.
You know, you mentioned posts, and there are a bunch of old school posts, so to speak, cross country with Betts and Beers and Prince and Lee. Is this a throwback, or are we?
Maybe it's a comeback from, you know, maybe it's like the NFL going back to running backs being important. You know, who knows? Things have a way of cycling back, and I think today, if you have one of those, you're way ahead of. Well, look what South Carolina did the last couple of years, right? So if you have that, you have something nobody else has, you know? And I just think that, and people have forgotten how to play against, you know, because everything's been 5 out, post players that shoot, they want to shoot more than they want to post up.